Stay tuned until the very end before you guess, since Melania Trump's true stature is not what most people believe. And after you see the obvious evidence, you won't ever be duped by camera tricks again. First, the straightforward disclosure. Melania is approximately 5 feet 11 inches tall, which accounts for her imposing appearance in pictures and on stage. Let's translate that into common language now, so you can see the difference. Melania is approximately 7.5 inches taller than the average American woman, who is approximately 5 feet 3.5 inches tall. This is nearly the height of a typical smartphone placed on top of itself. Even in flat shoes, she frequently appears to float above a crowd because of her height, which also places her among the tallest first ladies ever documented, tied at the top with a select few at 5'11". However, presence is more important than height in this situation. Prior to being First Lady, Melania was a model. And this experience is evident in the way she stands, turns, and strikes easy positions to appear even taller without trying. The next time you see a full-length photo, pay particular attention to the following tiny details: chin level, shoulders back, 1 foot slightly in front, and light weight on the rear leg. The camera loves a clean line from head to toe. Are you still with me? Good, because the following advice will enable you to quickly determine the true size of any picture. First tip, pay attention to the ground and ankles. Height is stretched if the camera is low and the heel is high. The second piece of advice is to look around her, including the step height on stairs, door frames, chair backs, and podiums. Your brain already recognizes those fixed indicators, which show accurate scale without numbers. Third tip, keep an eye out for the one-step lead. The body appears longer when the front foot is half a step ahead, and shorter when both feet are wide and flat. Fourth tip, pay attention to the hem lines and sleeve length, even when the size is the same. A standard hem can appear shorter on taller people because a standard sleeve often ends higher on the wrist. The fifth piece of advice is to observe group photographs. You are looking at actual height, not a camera trick. If she is wearing flats and is still eye level with those wearing heels, let's now discuss why this is important to you. Regardless of your own size, you can use the same basic techniques if you like how Melania's height seems on camera. Be firm but gentle. Maintain a long neck. To make your center appear relaxed rather than strained, slightly tuck your ribs. If it feels natural, rest one hand softly on your hip after letting your arms drop loosely by your sides. Use a small step forward and slightly turn your shoulders to add a little lift in photos. This will show shape without making you appear stiff. Additionally, bear in mind what tall people know when choosing clothing. Simple color blocks keep the eye moving up and down rather than side to side, and long lines contrast with chaotic prints. Here's an easy method to feel it if you're wondering. Okay, but is 5'11" really that rare? Imagine standing next to a friend who is 5'4". When you are 5'11", their eye level will typically fall somewhere close to your chin. It is this small difference that gives the impression that a tall person is statuesque from the other side of the room. Before we wind up, do this entertaining 10-second test the next time you see a picture of someone on the red carpet. Determine the heel height, count the visible floor tiles or step edges beneath the shoes, and locate a fixed object, such as a door or a podium. If her head clears the top of that podium but others don't, you're witnessing actual height rather than simply deft angles. Tell me in the comments how accurate your initial guess was. Were you off by a hair or two? Continue watching until the very end. If you gained a new understanding of how photographs manipulate size, hit like, forward this to a buddy who is always debating heights, and return for the next video, in which we dissect additional basic techniques that give images a solid, crisp, and realistic appearance.